Hello and welcome back to Love Bug Tarot, or welcome if this is your first time. So today we're doing another kind of photo card inspiration, and we'll get into those in a second. But first, talk about what we're doing today, what we're looking at. So we're taking a look at what is the next big upgrade that you don't see coming. Because we recently did one on like, what's the next big, what's the next thing that's leveling up, that's changing the next big upgrade for you. Glow up, I believe is the term. But this is one that you don't see coming. And so just to kind of maybe get you a heads up. So we're going to be looking at like, what is the upgrade and how is it happening? How is this coming to fruition? If we're allowed to know, maybe sometimes it's a surprise. I've got to put a question mark there and it's bugging me. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now there's a question mark. Sorry, spicy brain will fix on that. Just fixate on that. And then, of course, we always ask for advice and guidance. Okay. So, as always, these cute little notepads that I use, a friend of mine makes these. Their link is in the description. They're called Boute Art. I also love the name of their shop. Okay, so these are actually cards that I made off of a portrait series I did that mashed up like different themes, including music. And at the time, I was going through my K-pop phase. I'm still going through my K-pop phase, let's be honest. So if you're not familiar with K-pop, this is a group called BTS. And this is 3 of their 7 members. So we chose 3 for 3 piles. It's a double-sided card that I made. So that's why I have 2 of them out here, so you can see both sides at the same time. And I just like the idea of these little, like, making these little trading cards out of the portraits that I painted. So, we'll start with pile 1. So pile 1, your band member is V, but also the theme here is a celestial or space witch. These are all witches. I did a witchy magical theme because I really just wanted to design hats, let's be honest. And also, your stone is a green adventuring. So we have the theme of space, the stars, the planets, greens and purples. Oh, let's lay this on its side. Okay. All right, pile 2, you got the crystal gemstone witch, which is Jimin. And if you're not familiar with K-pop, you don't know any of these bands, it's fine. Just, you can go with the theme, the color, the stone, whichever one kind of vibes with you. So this is our crystal witch with kind of pinks and purples. And we got rose quartz for your stone. And pile 3, you got Jungkook, and this theme is a honeybee witch, and we have blacks and golds here, and your stone is black onyx. And if you are curious about the images up close, any of the artwork, I have a gallery link below in the description. It's also part of my shop, so you can check out wallpapers and the cards that are available, but also just prints and all kinds of stuff. So they are all there in the description. If you know your pile, go ahead and also jump in the description. There'll be timestamps. And yeah, I will see you in your read. But if you need to pause the video, I'm doing this all out of order. It's fine. Oh, my brain is all over the place. But feel free, if you need to, pause the video, take your time. However long you need to take, please take that. And I will see you. After I'm done butchering this intro, I will see you in your read. Hello, pile 1. If you chose pile 1, you chose our Space Celestial Witch with the band member V from BTS, and also the green adventuring stone. Alright, so, how do we put this? Maybe like that? Maybe like that. Maybe like that. Okay, that works. Alright, so first up, we're gonna get some oracle cards. to see what is this upgrade? What is this upgrade coming to pile 1? We'll get some oracle cards and also some tokens. We'll get some more details later, but could we get... I see you. I see you. Yeah, I typically don't get to even ask my question. Cards are like, this is the one you're getting. Thank you. Alright, get a token, please, for our pile 1. These are little wooden tokens that I painted a long time ago. So, but we like to use them. They're fun. Something fun, something different. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. Purification, number 41, Gemini, air. And also the token of breaking, like breaking away, breaking chains, and very, well, metaphorical chains. That's always interesting, this card, because it looks like there's like a, I always think of like a puffer fish or something, like in this jar of liquid. Okay, we'll get some more information about that. Kind of like, what is upgrading that they don't see coming? All right, can we get some tea for pile 1, please? Ooh, all right. I feel y'all shuffling around. Okay, a lot of tea. Put you to the side. Let's get our second pile. Oh, okay. All right. I know, sometimes y'all get chatty. Not you, the cards. They know what's up. All right. Ooh, interesting. Love. Okay. All right, let's take a look-see. Excuse me. Fair man. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. And this could also just be a masculine person in your life. Typically someone, I would say, like around your age. Perhaps with the characteristics of blonde, gray, or white hair. Scales. Keep your life in balance. That's very interesting to come in with this purification. Like something's refining itself. Okay. Flute. Disappointment in a friend or lover. Vulture. Depression, anxiety. Worry that someone is against you. Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Oh. Dealings or relationship with a man. Or a masculine person. Very interesting. I'm going to put these two kind of right next to each other. Or right in line column thing. Anyways, it's just very interesting. We're getting a lot of masculine energies here. Okay, and then we have cup. You should accept valid criticism. Okay. I feel like this next upgrade for you is definitely involving someone in your life. And again, I see love over... Oh my goodness. I see love over here, and I'm not thinking... It could be romantic love, if that's something that resonates with you. But again, love is like a deep connection between two people, however that resonates, whether it's platonic, romantic, it's intellectual. There's, there can be deep love between friends, between family, it's someone in your circle of people, certainly. So I'm actually, I don't know, I just feel called to kind of like tuck these like this. Interesting, lightning came out right below scales. Okay, so pile 1. I feel like this next, something that's coming that you don't necessarily see is certainly involving someone who you're very close with. Who's like within your circle of people. I don't know. I see like a, maybe I do want to get some cards. I was thinking I would just do this with the tea leaves, but now I feel like I want to get a little more clarification on some of these. Especially with lightning, control your anger. I'm just getting the sense that, like with purification, there may be some things you have to work through to gain that balance. Maybe you might have a temper. So it's like if things get overwhelming and you snap at someone, that could kind of, I don't want to say come and, bite you in the rear, but it could be something that causes worry, causes that like doubt, depression, anxiety, that, and maybe accept valid criticism. So maybe there's something that happens. Someone gives you some honest, valid criticism. They're not trying to be harmful. They're trying to be like, hey, maybe it could be this. Maybe something's breaking off. Maybe something's, I don't want to say breaking up. All right, let's get some cards. I would like to get some verification on this. But just the sense that, like, someone's trying to help you out from a place of love. Definitely from a place of, they're trying to help. They're trying to have your best interests in mind. And sometimes it is really hard to take that criticism. Take the criticism that, maybe, like, just, I know I have to take my criticism of, like, sometimes I want to be in control of things, or sometimes I can overthink things. Sometimes I overplan things. Like, I know that's part of my spicy brain, but I also know that I can take steps to kind of help regulate that, help regulate my emotions, help regulate as things come up so I don't spin off into like an anxiety spiral. It's like, oh my God, this person's mad at me because I snapped and I said something, and then everything spirals out of control. Okay. This is very interesting, this kind of message is coming up, because we're looking for like the upgrade. So that's why I'm like, I would like to get some clarification on that. For like, why would this situation be considered an upgrade? Like, what is the significance of this? Oop. 7 of Swords. Maybe this person sees something you don't. It's very possible this person is trying to help you and sees, I don't know, maybe sees a situation around you that's like, I don't think that's very healthy for you. Oh. 3 of Cups. Oh, I love the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is great. Okay, I'm kind of getting the sense now that this purification, this breaking away, is like finding your people. Finding the people who have your best interest at heart. If they do offer criticism, it's from a place of love. It's never from a place of malice. And so I see purification as kind of like a refinement of your circle of people. Like finding that soul family. And there's no longer having to worry about like, oh, what if so-and-so thinks about this? And, those people who we think are friends, but then, I don't know, I'm just seeing the vulture, and it's like they're really around because you offer something that benefits them, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not a reciprocal kind of relationship. So something you don't see coming could actually be a little painful in the beginning, but ultimately is leading you to like your people. It's leading you to your circle of people, your soul family. And within that could be a connection of real love. And again, familial, platonic, romantic, however love resonates for you. From someone, I would say, of a very masculine nature. So that, I don't think I've ever gotten like an upgrade. Like I don't know if this would be considered a glow up, but it's definitely like I feel like it's a level up. It's a step up in the people that surround you and support you in a lot of ways. And that can be really difficult sometimes to accept. And it's natural. I think it's natural to get defensive, but I feel like the cards are saying, take a moment. You would know if this is like criticism to be critical or criticism to try to help. And not to say that, criticism, like, this is a bit of a difficult card. It's like you should accept valid criticism, but it can sometimes be difficult if you're not used to accepting it, or if it's criticism or advice over something that is not positive or you don't like. You're just like, but I don't like that point of view. Even if deep down inside you're like, you know what, they have a point. Shoot, they have a point. Like that, it could be that kind of feeling, and that could be the very uncomfortable part. And there could be a disappointment in someone else in your circle, that leads to maybe this letting go. Or at first, this criticism, I guess I would just call it criticism, comes, and first you're very disappointed in this person, but then again, I'm seeing like control your anger. Take a moment, walk away. See it for what it is. And if it is a valid criticism, if they are kind of, it's like, okay, I can see their point. And if not, if you're just like, no, they are seriously wrong, then that's not the situation. That could just be someone, again, criticism can be very difficult. I find it sometimes difficult because I tend to take everything literally at face value. So sometimes it's difficult for me I do have to walk away and kind of process things, because it can be very hard in the beginning to understand if this person is being like, was this sarcasm? Was it malicious sarcasm? Were they actually trying to help? Like, I get this could be very confusing. So I do want to get some more cards for you, pile one. If we could get a little more clarification on this situation. And we will ask kind of like how this is happening as well. But I feel for this, especially because it's something that we don't see coming. I say we, but pile one. That you don't see coming. I feel it's very important to get a little more, maybe, what we're allowed to know. Again, sometimes we're not allowed to know details, but if we can know a little bit more about this situation, anything. Seven of Swords again. Okay. I wonder if this person is coming to you, I don't want to say with news, but like information of maybe someone doing something behind your back. And that could absolutely be this lightning. Because, like, if someone's saying something behind your back, that's, first off, that's horribly rude. And yeah, you have a right to be angry. You have a right to be like, that is not okay. But how you manifest that anger, how you let that anger out, is it in a healthy way? Do you take a breath? Do you, or do you, like, march and kick in the door, start screaming? Like, that may not be the most productive. There may be more to the situation than you realize. And from this, I feel like part of that level up for you is going to be a stronger understanding of your relationship with this person. Okay. Oop. Queen of Swords, yeah. Again, kings and queens are energies. So the Queen of Swords, like, she cuts through the bullshit. She's logical. I almost want to say like a little clinical. She's very fierce. She's very protective. But how that energy comes through, again, with this lightning, this balance, these scales, that is really up to you. It's like, how do you wield your sword? And again, very interesting. We have Seven of Swords here. very mental suit. A lot of air happening. You know, so how you go about that is up to you. Ooh, Justice. Justice is a really interesting card because Justice is about getting what you deserve, but not necessarily what you want. Yeah, so I feel like this is, you could have, like, you're in the right. Again, like, you have a right to be angry, especially if someone's going behind your back and doing not okay things. But again, if you immediately lash out at someone, then the tables can easily turn, and now you're the one in the wrong because of the way you reacted to something. Ooh. Six of Swords. Okay, yeah, this is a lot of swords, a lot of sword energy, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I feel like, again, part of this is going to be, yeah, breaking away from old habits. And again, if there's that person, or if there is someone who's been doing this, you know, and they're not remorseful, they're not sorry about it, then that might be a breaking of the fellowship, if you will. Again, my nerd is showing right there, but they broke under very different terms. It was all much brotherly love. But that breakaway. And I feel for this, again, general read. So take this if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't have to listen. But this could also be a confrontation with this person. It's like you found out they did or said something that they knew was wrong. They did it anyways, kind of thing. And it was like, and you have to have that sit down, like, come to Jesus talk, you know. But in the end, and again, I see that in this case, that purification is kind of getting rid of, I don't want to say secrets, but getting rid of anything that's been blocking your path, walking together. Like walking forward together, you know, in your path of life with this other person. You know, there could have been secrets or some behaviors that were not okay. And then there's a confrontation about that. But from that, you get to level up. From that, there becomes a much deeper understanding with each other. A deeper understanding. I can talk. You know, a deeper understanding with each other. And you can move forward from that. You know, that could be the disappointment, the lightning, that hot spark of anger. You know, because you were worried or anxious about what this person was doing. And again, very specific message, general read. If that does not resonate, then that message is not for you. But I get the sense that this is this next level up, kind of finding your group of people, finding your family, is going to be kind of a confrontation with someone. You know, finding out someone was not doing something that was okay. They were doing stuff behind your back, but you were in the right, but you need to control your anger. That, you know, the sense of being able to respond, but not necessarily react. And I feel like that's where this Queen of Swords comes in. Again, this kind of taking a step back, detaching a bit from the emotions, breathing, and then looking at the situation, what happened, and then addressing it from a point of justice. Of like, no, this is not okay. You know, we can move on from that. We can move on, we can move forward. Ooh, and the king, we got a king and queen. Nice. Oh, excuse me. And again, kings and queens are energies. In the tarot, I see them as kind of like pairs, regardless of genders. You could have like two kings, two queens, king and a queen. again, I there's no gender. It's discard. We're looking at energies. But it's interesting we have the Phoenix as the King of Wands here. So something that had to be broken down in a way. Something that had to be addressed or, you know, cut off at the root, like depending on the situation. You're going to know the situation best. This is again, general read. But I just, the phrase like a phoenix rises from the ashes, like this is something that will make you stronger in this connection with this person. You know, your group of people will grow stronger. This could even be someone coming in to your group of people, and from an outside perspective, they're coming in, they're like, whoa, I'm seeing this going on. Okay. So definitely a level up, and something I don't feel many people would see coming. Like that's a biggie. That's a biggie. But I feel like this is a necessary level up. Not all level up. I hate to break it to you, but not all level ups are good. It's kind of like when you get the tower card. The tower card is like, all right, we're going to break everything down so you can rebuild and go even higher and even stronger and even farther. But you're like, but I don't want to break anything down. I really don't want to. Can we not? And it's like, no. It's going to happen. So it's just getting through that is, yeah, it can be a lot. But remember that you are going to find that true group. You know, that group of people that are your people. You're going to find your person, you know. This could be a group of people. And again, because we have two here, could be a group, could be a single person, a lot of masculine energy. But again, this could be a group of friends as well. You know, but from this, you and this other person, these other people will grow stronger. You know, you will rise from the ashes because you've been able to confront this in a fair and just manner. I really do feel it's interesting. Justice came out right on top of lightning and the scales of justice. That kind of vibe of, it's sometimes difficult, but if you find yourself wanting in that like lightning, you know, it's that hot spark of fury and anger, and it can be righteous, absolutely, you know, but it's like deep in your gut or it sits in your chest. Take a moment. I would just walk away, take a moment, and like breathe. I just saw a cup and I just thought a cup of tea. I mean, that's me. If I need a minute to just figure something out, I will go make myself a cup of tea. And it's just the physical action of doing that. Like, even if my emotions are so high that I'm shaking, it still gives me the time to like focus my senses on something else. You know, the warmth of the mug, the smell of the tea, the feel of the steam, anything that can just help ground you in the moment before you come back to it. You know, before you come back to this situation. Okay. All right. So let's get some. All right. We got more information on that. Was this? Oh my God, my brain's all over the place. I think I asked already how this is happening. All right, just in case, if we could get any more clarifiers for that. And then we will ask for advice and guidance. Wow, 9 of Cups. Ooh, okay. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. A lot of 7s. 2 7s of Swords and a 7 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Wands. Okay, let's... for like how this is happening, this is really interesting. I get the sense it's like almost like this. And I know this is kind of like counting down, but it's when you're kind of willing to set a burden aside, set a heavy load, something you've been carrying. You're willing to let it go. You're willing to break free from something. And I think of purification as also like letting go, just if you're holding, if you have like dirt or mud on your hands, like you go to wash them off, you have to let things run clean. You have to set down that heavy load that you're carrying. And from that, you'll find this incredible sense of freedom. And also the ability to kind of take a moment. And again, this sense of grounding. With pentacles is coins, or it's earth energy. And kind of see what you can grow. Taking a moment. The Seven of Coins is about like taking a pause, reflecting on how far you've come, reflecting on like what you have around you, like your resources, your physical reality that sits around you, and kind of seeing it. It's in its entirety, not just what's above the surface, but also what's below. And again, I just see the roots. A healthy root system is great. If the root system is compacted or rotting, you got to take it out. You got to clean things off. We're talking about like washing your hand, like washing dirt off your hands. You have to wash the roots. You have to clean the roots to help the plant. So yeah, I really feel like how it's going to happen is when this heavy burden, this heavy load that you've been carrying for quite a while, when it's finally laid down. And that could be where that criticism comes from, where it's like, you know what, you don't have to take this on. Okay, so could we please get some advice and guidance, especially for Paiwan? This is kind of a biggie. This is big energy in here. It's very important energy. Okay. Yeesh. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So now we're kind of switching energy. We went from a lot of like swords and air, and now we're going into this kind of very grounded, earthy energy. So take it slow, one step at a time, slow and steady. Slow and steady. The Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles and Three of Cups too. This is a community effort. This is a group effort. Be willing to rely on your friends, your community, your circle of people. The King of Cups. Yeah, it's interesting, we got, again, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. This energy of taking a step back, looking at it very logical, very, very analytical, almost detached, and then kind of rising from the ashes. And from that, you'll be able to, I say like heal, but also just like upgrade emotionally as well. The King of Cups is someone who's emotionally mature. Like they've done the work to be able to kind of like sit with themselves in a peaceful way. That's awesome. And Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, yeah, a lot of earthy energy. Yeah. That level up is going to result in this lovely kind of, it could be home life. It could be, because again, Pentacles and Coins is about your physical resources, but it's like being able to live and exist comfortably with your group of people. However that looks like for you. Judgment. Okay, wow. Yeah, this is something... I got the phrase like wake-up call, but it's something that needs to be addressed. I always think of the Rider-Waite, and it's like the angel with the big trumpet, and it's literally waking the dead. Like, it's something... This is something that needs to be brought to light. You know, it needs to be brought up. But from that, this level up will result in, like, just... I'm looking at these cards right here. You know, this very earthy, grounded energy, emotionally stable, emotionally mature. Whether it's a partnership, a group of people, again, however that resonates in your reality. But a big turnaround. A big turnaround. Not an easy one. Not an easy one, but a big one. Okay. Oops, sorry. I'm knocking into things. So bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're going to be gaining some new insight. You're going to be... I see this as kind of insight just from like the light coming from this kind of sacred geometry, the staircase, the spiral shell, however you see it. But also the swords is about communication as well. So like insight from communications. Ooh, and number 8, strength. Yeah, this is absolutely an undertaking that is requiring of like a deep strength, but also a gentle strength. This card is about overcoming great obstacles through gentle strength. You know, not brute force, but, you know, coming at it from a place of love. Again, we had our love card here. From a place of love. All right, pile 1. Wow. I was not expecting that. But that is your message. That is your read. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I really, really appreciate it. If you are interested in the cards, or any of the images, I have a gallery link in the description below, so you can check those out. Any of the cards or tools that I used today will also be listed in the description. Some of them have links, some of them don't, but I always try to at least reference the decks that I'm using. So if anybody's interested, they can find out. So yes. All right. Until we meet again, stay safe, take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Okay? All right. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose pile 2, you chose our Crystal Gemstone Witch, or Jimin from BTS, and also the Rose Quartz. Okay, so I'll get this show on the road once we get things figured out. Can this go up here? Yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're going to start with, what is this upgrade? What is this level up that you don't see coming? We're going to grab some oracle cards, some tokens. I'm very interested because pile 1 definitely took a turn I was not expecting. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see. Not where, but what? What is our upgrade? Ooh, okay, we got 2. Ooh, yeah, excellent. I love it when there's a surprise. Okay. Ooh, regeneration. We've Aries, number 17, fire. This is the herb tarragon. And kind of this alchemy set as well. At least it always kind of registered to me as like alchemy. Okay, what are... Ooh, alright. So we have a token of ritual. And also a token of the divine masculine. The green man. Okay. So. Alright. Let me put you right here. Okay. Alright, let's get some tea for our pile 2. Tea for pile 2. but only if that's like your thing. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, trans joke. If you know, you know. Anyways. Alright. When I say it, I am typically referring to, like, the beverage is my pun. There are levels, like onions. Ooh, alright, we got one of those. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. I think that's it. Okay, May. So May or springtime season. However, spring kind of falls. Interesting, there's all like these pink flowers here. We have a lot of pink in our crystal witch as well. Okay, let's see. Funnel. A period of frustration. Lessons to be learned. Cat. A two-faced friend. Alright, I'm going to make sure these all fit on here, so... Trying to not make a mess, which is really an exercise in futility. Okay, we have ladder. Climbing toward success. Owl. Good advice from a wise person. Claw. Be careful, do not take risks. An older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. This can also be just an older person in your life who has a lot of feminine energy. It could also be someone who perhaps might be similar in age, but just has more life experience than you do. But someone with a feminine energy to them. Okay. What is coming next? Definitely something regrowing. We have the earth regeneration here, and I think the green man, I think of like spring and renewal, and we have May, the season of May, the springtime coming in. Climbing towards success. I feel like the next upgrade you maybe don't see coming. Climbing towards success. I don't know, I'm just fixating on that. That's like the next step up the ladder to your success. And it could have, you're coming out of a period of frustration, the springtime. I think of like coming out of the winter, a period of cold, like things are starting to thaw out for you. Things can start moving again. You can start moving upward. And I think part of this message is that in that process, you're going to kind of find out who your people are. You're going to find out who your friends are and who are the people who want and are willing to help guide you. So I feel like as you're making this climb, I just think of a ladder, like just focus on the steps in front of you. You don't like branch off, go crazy. Don't take risks. And this advice could also come from someone, someone with more experience in your field, someone with more experience in life. Again, this feminine energy with this person. And I just think of the rose quartz, and I think, rose quartz is also a symbol of like love and self-love. And so this, finding out like who sits in your circle of people from a place of love and not a place of, what can you do for me? Like, not a place of convenience. Okay. All right, so let's learn a little bit more. It's interesting that it's regeneration as well. And Aries. Aries is March. Yeah, that's like March, April. But still springtime. It's kind of like early spring. And it's regeneration. So I think of something that yeah, is coming to, like, maybe tried once and it didn't work out. Maybe there was a rejection, you fell down a couple steps, like there was a setback. You didn't completely stop, but there was definitely a setback, a blockage. But now things are growing again. And it's interesting, it's Aries, because Aries is the first in the zodiac. So it's like a new cycle of growth. You know, maybe it's like that's part of the frustration, is that you've been in this like plateau, climbing your ladder of success. Like you've been in a plateau and it's like, no matter what I do, I just can't seem to make progress. And it's finding out, it's like, oh, I just think of the spring and you have all this like new growth just like shooting out of the ground. All right, so let's get some cards. Any extra information for this? Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. All right, that's okay. I always like to see if the numbers line up. Sometimes they do. It's fun. Okay. Queen of Coins. Again, kings and queens are kind of energies. They're not genders. Not kind of. They are energies. They're not genders. The Queen of Coins in particular is an earth suit. And it's it's coins, it's earth, so it's very fertile. It's very nurturing. Just think of like fertile soil, and from fertile soil things can grow. So I get the sense that it's like there's been kind of a barren time of physical resources, whether that was money or like just resources in your situation. There's not been much, but you're gonna go, you know, this springtime is going to be very fertile for you. Like things are going to grow. Ooh, interesting. 5 of Wands is landing right under the two-faced friend, this cat. I just think of like, you know, the phrase like someone being catty, you know, like the claws. 5 of Wands can be about competition, and it's usually very minor things. It's nothing huge that you can't overcome, but it's, I don't know, I just get the sense that maybe this person is either already a friend, but they, you know, they just saw that like you could give them a leg up in the race. You know, and once you start making more progress, they're like, oh, you should be, you know, where's my cut? Why aren't you taking me with you? And you're like, no, you have to walk your own path. I can't carry you. And from that is, you know, maybe something is revealed with that person. You know, and again, that always says more about them than it ever does about you. Because this is an interesting 5 of Wands. This is 5 brothers that are fighting, yes. But it's a friendly competition. Like at the end of the story, I believe, it's just they all kind of were like, oh, okay, boy, that was fun. What's next? Like it's a competition. It's a friendly competition. But maybe this person doesn't see it that way. And again, that's on them. That is not on you. Ooh, Page of Swords. Right under the ladder. Pages are very new energy. So yeah, something new's coming in. Yeah, news, communication. You could get someone, I see this little birdie here. So maybe there's I don't know, does anybody use Twitter to get jobs anymore? I don't know. I got off of that train a while ago. But I don't know, I just get the sense like the phrase a little birdie told me. The idea of like, I heard a little gossip. It's like, oh, I heard a little gossip. This awesome thing is going to happen. You know, kind of getting news that it's moving forward. And moving forward fast. 8 of Wands here. And advice from a wise person. Meet these 2 birds. I feel like because it's moving fast, faster than maybe you even expected, that may be where you get advice from, because it could be very overwhelming. Ooh, another page. Right under the claw. Do not take risks. So financially, I would say, even if things start picking up, even things are going very well and very fast, I would say be conservative with your money. Do not take risks. So even if you are, there's opportunities for income, for more income, you know, there's like this windfall that you get. Things are going amazing. I get the sense that the cards are like don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Like, if I'm a freelancer, so I know if I get any kind of money in, I have to put a certain amount aside for taxes. You know, it's so even if it's a really good job, it's like, okay, but I need to make sure that, you know, things are delegated in a particular way that ensures stability for the future. That could be, again, where this advice, and I get the sense that maybe this is even a mentor. Someone coming into your life that is like, I see you and your potential. This owl. I think of like a lot of times in myth and mythology and stories and folklore, you have like the great wise owl. You know, someone who has that wisdom. And owls are symbols of wisdom. So this is someone who's like, they've seen things. They know how things work and how things go, and they can help guide you in that capacity. And maybe even avoid risks. But I definitely see like there's a level up. There's a level up. I feel like this is talking about career. And it's interesting, again, you got the gemstone witch, which is all this like sparkle and glamour. Yeah. So things are starting to shine for you. You know, things... I just realized with all the crystals in the background, it is right next to this big amethyst point. Ah, the things you recognize. Alright. Can we get some advice on how this is happening? Like, okay, we see the level up, we see where it's going, we got advice as well. Anybody else? Nope, it's not that one. You. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Oh, now we have 6. 5. Or 6, 5, 6. Hee hee hee. Synchronicities. How it's gonna happen. Okay, we have the devil. 2 of Swords. When you stop listening to limiting beliefs. The devil is very much about, yeah, I don't want to say like the limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves, like the dialogue that we've heard from outside, the social constructs we, you know, box ourselves into. Just, it can be very controlling. But as you can see, this person's kind of attached to this devil by strings. But they could take those strings off, but it's just, they're stuck in their head. And I get the sense the 2 of Swords, it's, you've got to make a conscious choice, a conscious effort to not listen to that noise. Again, Swords is a mental suit. Don't listen to that internal noise. Don't listen to those limiting beliefs, because they limit you. Ooh, the Lovers. I get a sense that, maybe for some, that like someone is coming into your life. And Lovers can, again, be, it's someone you have like a deep connection with on like an emotional level. Again, always looking out for my fellow Ace and Arrow siblings. Which, you know, it's like, I love and appreciate the people who have romantic relationships, but, you know, I also understand it's not for everybody. In this sense, though, I get that the Lovers is also about choice. It's also about things coming together, like a union, a union of forces. And when you make that choice, that conscious choice to not listen to those limiting beliefs, things can come together. And it landed right under the ladder here too. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Yeah, and I feel like, again, it's really interesting, this progression. Because you've let go of these limiting beliefs, you're not listening to the noise anymore. And not just internally, also from other people. You know, again, other people who could be jealous, even people who, you know, have the best intentions, but they're giving you advice, quote, big air quotes there, of like, why are you doing this? Why are you bothering? Because they're trying to come at it from like, oh, I don't want you to get hurt. But that's really because like maybe they tried and it didn't work out for them. But that's not to say it doesn't work for you. Like, clearly things are going to get moving. But because you've done that, and things are now free to come together, things are free to move. You know, there's this opening of creativity. Aces are all about this like upswell of energy, and Wands is fire. We've Aries, again, Aries over here, and a fire symbol. Things can start growing again. Ooh, and the Ace of Cups. A lot of aces, pages and aces. So like new chapter. A new chapter is part of the what I don't. Maybe you're hoping it comes, but it's supposed to be something you don't see coming. And maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, oh, you know what? I'm sure maybe it'll happen in a year or two. But I feel like this is happening much sooner. So it could be happening sooner or faster. Like, the process should take a couple months, and it ends up being a couple weeks. Like that kind of like catches you off guard. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. Cups is emotions. It's water. So you have fire and water. You have, you know, your passion, your creativity, you know, your love. This emotional upswell of love with the lovers. So this is something you've been climbing towards for a long time, and it is something that like is a part of your soul, your heart and soul. And the Knight of Cups. Maybe it is. Maybe you do have some romance coming in. Knight of Cups is a very romantic card. So if romance is something that you are into, that is something that calls to you. And if romance isn't your thing, it could just be a partner. You know, someone who to ride, like you ride and die. Just I don't know why ride and die came up when I saw the horse, but there it is. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like the cards are saying when you remove those blocks, when you stop listening to the noise, the mental noise, the negative, you know, get a real job, dude, you know, like just you stop listening to that. And you make the choice to just like open yourself. I just see the two aces as like just letting yourself be open to the possibilities. Like that's when things start coming in. Both in like your passion and creativity, but also in your emotions. And this could be, again, another person coming into your life. Or if you already have a significant other, you know, that could be a level up with them as well. Like, things are always very multifaceted and much more complicated than we give credit for. But I would absolutely say, pile 2, that this next upgrade, this next level up for you is going to be big. But I also have the feeling that it's going to be up to you. We have a lot of cards of choice. Like, ultimately, this is your choice. How you tackle that ladder. How you let that come forward. Okay. So can we get some advice and guidance from the bottom of the deck? Another page. Yeah, like just Page of Swords. 2 pages of swords. So yeah, I get the sense this is maybe something you... Swords can also be about communications. It's air, so it's like your voice, communications, intellect. It deals with the mind, but also the voice. So maybe it's a verbal communication as well. Or maybe it's in a field of communication. A field of communication. Okay. And then what we got at the bottom? Yeah, this is an end. This is the end of a very difficult chapter in your life. And what may feel at the beginning, because this card is about being overwhelmed. It mentally just overwhelmed with things. And I feel like this is a warning of both the energy you're coming out of, but also where you don't want to go. Because if things move fast, you know, if, you know, it says don't take risks, but maybe you do spend recklessly because, oh, I got a big paycheck, I'm going to just blow it on all these things. And down the line, that could come, you know, bite you in the butt. So I feel like the Ten of Swords here is saying, like, yes, a new chapter is starting, but also, you know, be aware of where you're going. You don't have to be paranoid about it, but just, you know where you're going. Have a good, solid, I don't say plan, because this is not something you can plan for. This is, again, you don't see coming. This is unexpected. But you can come out of this energy. You can come out of this Ten of Swords, this feeling of like drowning, of not being able to get a grip on the side of the boat. But also, it's really interesting because we were talking about this two-faced friend, you know, and their jealousy and such. And this is a card about betrayal. Not the Ten of Swords, but the story depicted here. The story is about betrayal. And so that's very interesting. So unfortunately, it could be that when this person kind of reveals their true nature, you know, that could ultimately be like a serious, hard moment. And that is like, I've been there. That's not fun. It's not fun. But know that you don't have to drown. You don't. You have people looking out for you. You have people looking out for you. Whether it's a partner, you know, a mentor. Come here. You know, you have people that can give you solid advice. That can back you up. They have your back. Okay. All right, pile 2. I feel like that is your read. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I very, very much appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. It's super helpful for the channel. If you're interested in any of the cards or the images, I do have a gallery link in the description below. So you can check these out. There's I have digital wallpapers and stickers and keychains. And not just K-pop. I have all kinds of stuff in my shop. So you can check that out. Any of the cards or tools that we use that are available, I'll make sure to list those in the description as well. Alright, I think that's all housekeeping aside. So, sending you so much love, pile 2. You're moving on to some amazing things. So don't forget that. Don't forget that, okay? So stay safe, take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Alright? Bye! Hello, pile 3. If you chose pile 3, you chose the Honeybee Witch, which is also Jungkook, and also the Black Onyx Stone. So we will put these up here. And again, if you're interested in the cards, there's a link to the shop in the description. And I also have like digital wallpapers, there's prints, and I have other stuff too. I have like stickers and keychains that are not like other things besides K-pop. So you can absolutely check that out. But anyways, all right, so let's start with pile 3's upgrade they don't see coming. Ooh, all right, you got 2. Alright, so we're going to get some oracle cards to see kind of what's going on. So far, pile 1 and pile 2 have been very different vibes, so I'm deeply curious how pile 3 is going to play out. Very, very curious. It's always really interesting when the piles are so different from each other. Like, you start out with like, okay, this is how this is going to go down, I'm sure. And you're like, nope. Nope. That is not what happened. Okay. Let's get some stuff done. I don't know what I'm saying, but here we go. Alright, let's see. The cauliflower of transition. I just like saying that. Alright, so you have the card is transition. You have Earth, Cancer, and the Moon. The number 11 and a candle. It's always interesting that it's an earth sign, but we have the sign for Cancer and the moon, because Cancer is a very watery symbol, ruled by the moon. Yeah, it's ruled by the moon. Okay, what do we got? Oh, very interesting. Okay. So both of these tokens came out, one in pile 1 and one in pile 2. Pile 2 had more than one token, so it's very interesting. So if you're coming in from any of those piles, welcome. We'll see, but if you were drawn to any of the other piles, that could be something to check out. This is really interesting. Okay, let's put these over her. We're gonna get some tea for our pile 3. Oh my goodness. Please do not yeet the deck across. Okay, thank you. Sometimes they're like, nah, I got this. I'll flip it right side up for you. Okay. Yeah? Okay. Okay, you keep popping up. I've also kept seeing this green card cycle around, so we're gonna just trust the process. Oh, another one snuck in there? Why did I not see that? Interesting. Okay. Wow, you got a lot of tea leaves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, lucky number. Okay, so you got 3. You got 2 months of the year and an astral house. And again, this deck is 200 cards. Only 12 are purple and 12 are green. So it's very, very interesting. All right, let's see. February and August. When this video goes up, we will currently be in the month of July. So August is coming up very fast. But if you're watching this in the future, this perhaps will get some more kind of information. But this next big upgrade could be happening in the upcoming month. With February as well. With February, so we have like winter and summer. So there could be this change of seasons. Like this could be also very metaphorical. There are change of seasons coming up, or something happening from February to August, August to February, or from summer to winter, winter to summer. So we'll get more information, but that's very interesting that came out. Okay. And love. Okay. This also came out in pile 1. So just an observation. You never have to look at a pile or listen to a pile that you don't want to listen to. But I do like trying to make those observations just in case you're like, you know, I was thinking about that. And then you can make that decision based on what is best for you. Again, you always have free will. Okay, let's see what we got. Hello. Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Okay. Come here. Interesting. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. owl. Good advice from a wise person. Yeah, some of these cards coming up from other and I shuffle all of the decks in between the reads. Owl came out in pile 2. Do we have enough room? Let's see. How do... Oh, shoot, we still have 3 more. Good lord. Good gracious. Alright, let me try to arrange this. Okay, I think that will work best. We just have to slide some stuff around. Okay. So, beetle. Good fortune. Ooh. Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Ooh, okay. And sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. This is awesome. Okay. Very interested in what's going on with the rabbit and the broken bridge. So, I kind of get the, like, okay, I definitely get the sense, like, obviously this is a big transition. I mean, the token of, I don't know if I explained this, but we have the token of ritual and also breaking away or breaking chains, metaphorically speaking. So this is a transition into something that you have been working on to manifest. I get the sense of like manifestation, prayer. You've been working to make this happen. Yeah, and there's something breaking free, unsuccessful. I want to get, let's get some cards for this because I want to get a little more information before I start kind of diving in here. 2, perfect. The 9 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Very interesting. Okay. So, if you are in a relationship, we have Pisces over here, and Pisces... No, Cancer. Oh my goodness, why did I say Pisces? Good lord. Cancer, the symbol Cancer. Cancer in the zodiac kind of deals with like house and home, the moon, emotions. There could be a sense that when it comes to love, in this next chapter you're moving into, which looks amazing, by the way, I don't want to say don't put too much thought, but like don't over romanticize like the physical aspect of a relationship. Because I see this is a card of like independence. Like finding your independence in your resources, you know, in your financial situation. And it could be like, again, we have the 2 earth signs here as well. If you're moving forward with another person, this shift could perhaps change your dynamic in a way. But again, it's like too much concerned perhaps with the physical intimacy or the physical aspect of your relationship with this person. And it feels like it's unnecessary. It doesn't, like, that is an aspect that you don't have to hyper focus on. And it's interesting we got the Page of Cups. I feel like the Page of Cups, I feel like this is all related. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So I feel like, yeah, there's this sense of like over romanticizing something, a situation, perhaps a person. That like that saying of like looking at the world through like rose tinted glasses, like you don't, that's not necessary. That's not necessary. And in fact, it could be detrimental to you. So if you're moving forward with a person, like someone already in your life, a partnership, a lover, a situationship, you know, however it do, it could be platonic, it could be romantic. But if you're moving forward with this person, like maybe if you're leveling up in that relationship, especially if you're not someone, and again, I'm speaking more from personal experience, but if you're not someone who is concerned about physical intimacy, and that's just not something you care for, or maybe your partner doesn't care for, or it's just not really something that the two of you focus on, but society like obsesses over it, like hyper focuses on that aspect of any relationship. So even if the two of you are going forward and be like, you know what, we're perfectly happy the way we are, and people just get way too into it, and then it's like, and then you start overthinking things, and it's just, again, it could end up being detrimental to you. I see this broken bridge where just letting things kind of build and build and build, never addressing it, talking to each other and being like, you know what, let's sit down and talk about this, because maybe someone's uncomfortable. Like, I just get a sense that hyperfixating on the physical relationship with this other person moving forward could make things very difficult. But if you come at this, whether this is a person already in your life or someone you meet through this, and then meeting someone new, and sometimes, you know, as if you are someone or they are someone who, again, an intimate physical relationship is like, they have boundaries, they have, you know, they're just, maybe they're arrow, maybe they're ace, maybe, you know, combination thereof. Both are a wide spectrum of people, of preferences, of identities. So that could be a conversation that, yes, needs to happen, but obsessing over it, making it the focal point of a relationship, is not going to be helpful. Yeah, so I feel like the advice here, if you're moving forward with a person or you meet someone while this level up is happening, that you may have to, like, I just get the sense of like breaking old patterns of thought. And these could be patterns of thought that were taught to you by society, that like an outside narrative that's just been ingrained into you, and coming at it from a different perspective. Yeah. Okay, so that being addressed, this little pocket here. The level up, though. The level up. Good fortune, honor, and respect will come to you. New creative ideas, new adventures, fresh start. Like, there is a new chapter happening in your life. And it could be coming very soon. Very, very soon. Again, I get the sense this February, August, these two are like a change in season. Something is shifting. A transition is happening. A solid foundation. Success with effort. Good advice from a wise person. Alright, we're going to get some cards. Should I do the same deck? Yeah, I probably should. What are you going to do? Alright, let's move these over here. Again, every single read is slightly different. No, even in the same group. No two are the same. Okay. So let's get some more information about what this upgrade is. You know what? I was looking at that top one. Let's go. The Magician, which is number 1 in the major arcana. Yeah, not only a solid foundation, but one that you build with effort. I mean, it's not just like something that like out of exist, like just poofs up. That's not it. I just saw like broken bridge, And the flying pigs. There's a tiny little flying pig here. So this could also be just like a situation that someone's like, oh, that'll happen when pigs fly. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to build that tower. I'm going to manifest this. And again, the ritual token. This is something you're manifesting from a solid foundation through your efforts, through your love. You know, your love and passion for it. Oop. Oh, okay. Owl, advice from a wise person, death and rebirth. And both of these have the infinity symbol, both here and on the magician. Part of this transition is going to come from also listening to the people who have come before you. Like the people who have walked this path. And it could be a mentor, it could be even just someone, you know, maybe you read, like they're an author and they write books on the topic or the subject and you read their books, or they have a podcast. Like it's not necessarily someone you personally know, I should say. But it could also be someone from the distant past, but they just have solid, wise advice that can help shape the way you walk this path. So that wisdom, the wisdom of the people who come before us, whether they're still here with us or whether they have passed on, like that kind of wisdom is precious. And is going to be very instrumental on kind of like helping shape you and shape your path in a way. Not saying it's like, well, maybe they did write the book. I don't know. Maybe there's an instruction manual somewhere that you're just like, this is it. I found the key to everything. But it could be philosophy. It could be a social media influencer that you really appreciate, you know, their philosophy on life. You know, and they could also be a point that help you break away from these narratives, that help you break away from the programming that society gives us frequently. But also I'm just thinking of like, I know in my personal experience, you know, especially when it comes to relationships, you know, realizing that I was someone who was ace, having to unlearn a lot of what I had been taught was, you know, how you're supposed to be, you know, versus listening to other people who have lived that experience, both who are with us and who are no longer with us, and realizing like they have helped not only like break down the old foundation, but build a new foundation where I'm just like, you know what, there is nothing wrong with me. I'm a beautiful person as I am. You know, part of that rebirth. Yeah, I just got the sense of like the wisdom from the people who have come before us. Ace of Cups with good fortune and our beetle. Good fortune in love. And again, love is a connection between two people. It doesn't have to mean, if it does, like a physical connection, then that's awesome. But it can also be a platonic connection. It can be friends. It can be familial. You know, it's the love between people, but it's this opportunity to really open your heart. Like I just feel like this, because you're coming at it with a solid foundation, you can break down this old narrative, you know, and make those changes for the better and be a wiser person. And from that, you know, just having an open heart and letting your light shine. Doing that in itself is a way, like, that vibration matches up, you know, good things come to you. Good things come to you for sure. And I just get a sense that this is also part of that manifestation energy. Just being open to receive it. Ooh. 7 of Swords with the Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Yeah, I feel like there's Going to be a lot of talk about you. Seven of Swords. Swords is, it's a mental suit, yes, but it can also deal with communications. And I just see all these crows kind of yelling at the same time, if you will. Can I get an extra clarifier for that? Just because... Okay, as for 1, we got 3. So we got the Fool, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Wow. Okay, yeah, people are going to be talking about you. I wanted a clarifier because the Seven of Swords can sometimes have a negative connotation. But I feel like there's honor and respect because of the risks that you took. Because you didn't give up on your dreams. You know, the Queen of Wands, again, queens are energies, they're not genders. But I have the Queen of Wands here. And Wands is about fire, it's about creativity and passion and like what is spiritually fulfilling to you. Nine of Cups is a wish card. So I feel like there's going to be talk, but good talk. And not to say that, like, we've all been on the internet. Hi. You can never make everybody happy. There's always going to be some people squawking in the background, making noise. But it's interesting that I asked for one card to, like, okay, what's this one crow doing? What is that? And I got 3. So if you're looking at 3 to 1 odds, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty solid. So there may be some people making noise like, wah, why them, wah. But you know what? You've got this amazing energy backing you up. The High Priestess with creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So I feel like some of this is also saying we may not know yet. We may not be meant to know yet. Because again, this is supposed to be something coming you don't see. Something unexpected. Which overall is amazing. You have some amazing energy here. But the High Priestess can also talk about like, that curtain still has to remain closed for now. Like, it's the magic 8 ball of the tarot. It's like the one you had to like shake. It would pop up and it said ask again later. So new things, but what those new things, those new ventures are, remains to be seen. All right, so could we please get some insight on how this is happening? If we're allowed, because I see the High Priestess. I want to respect that. What we are allowed to know about how is this happening? Anything we can know about that? Okay, good Lord, all right. Apparently we are allowed to know something. It could be like, you're allowed to know what's coming, but where it's going is yet to be discovered. I feel like that's the energy, because clearly the cards are not being shy about talking. Alright. The Fool again. Alright, so how this is happening. How things are going down. 8 of Cups. King of Cups. The Nine of Coins again. 9 of Coins again. Page of Wands. Judgment. Okay. 2 of Wands. How this is happening. You take a risk and walk away from something. The King of Cups here is interesting because we were talking about like this person going with you, this love, you know, however love is defined with you, defined for you. And the 9 of Coins, and these two are right next to each other, just like up here. But it's interesting we have the King here instead of the Page. The 9 of Coins remains the same. So I get the same sense of like, you walk away from something and you find that grounded, independent energy. And instead of tackling this issue with like this other person, with a romantic partner, platonic, your friends, you know, whoever's in your circle of people that this is referring to. Instead of approaching it with the Page of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Page of Cups, pages are very young energy, like a little immature. But instead of coming at it from, I don't want to say an immature, because I don't feel like you're an immature person, but a place of emotional maturity. Like kind of you've dug deep. You went past the page, you went past the knight, you went past the queen, and you went right to the king. Down here at the bottom of the ocean, this dragon with the, and you found your pearl of wisdom, if you will, your pearl of wisdom. And this could have been that advice from a wise person. You know, so you're able to look at this problem from a place of emotional maturity and wisdom, because trying to go at it without doing the work first is going to lead to that broken bridge. Okay. Page of Wands, Judgment, Two of Wands. Definitely a big choice coming to you. And it's interesting we had the Queen of Wands here as like what you're being honored and respected for, what you're getting, what news, why you're being talked about. It's interesting, I feel like the Page of Wands is turning into like that energy is connected with the Queen of Wands. So you're taking that leap of faith, you're kind of moving, going out into the world, you know, getting out of your comfort zone. You know, you're tackling issues from a place of emotional maturity. You're sitting in your independence, your very grounded independence. These watermelons are on the ground here compared to the coins that here are up in the tree. It's much more grounded energy. And you're willing to step out and like try something new and creative. That very much is your calling. You know, you're kind of called to do it. And from that, you go into this queen's energy, the Fool here and the Queen. So moving from like, I'm going to take this risk, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone, I'm going to try something new in this creative endeavor. And you find that like that just fills your spirit. Again, this Queen energy. I just want to pull it out. Like that's just a beautiful creative spark. So I feel like this is something you're very good at. Something you've been working on, you've been working towards. Because this change of season, I don't feel like this is maybe like a brand new thing. Maybe the experience with this is new. Maybe you've read about it. Maybe you've watched YouTube videos about it. Maybe, you know, you took a couple beginner classes, but there's an aspect of level up. Very much a level up because you decided to take this leap of faith. And you really find your calling. And it's very interesting that we have the Two of Wands here with the High Priestess. So I feel like as this next step happens, as this next level up happens for you, you may be faced with some choices. And depending on the choices you make, will depend on like where the High Priestess takes you. Because again, it's free will. It's like you get to choose. You get to choose that path. You get to choose where this goes. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. That's lovely. I love it. All right. Can we get advice and guidance? Oh, come on. Ah, that was a bad shuffle. Anything else we can know? Advice, almost said conference. Advice, guidance, or confirmation. I don't know why conference came out. Maybe a conference is, maybe you're going to a conference. I don't know. Only you know, because it is your reality, and this is a general read. I don't know, for some reason, Smokey the Bear, like, only you can prevent forest fires, just came into my head. That could just be my spicy brain talking, but I don't know, maybe you're in the National Park Service. Who knows? If you are, that is awesome. My hat off to you. Ooh, the Emperor. The Star. The King of Wands. Okay, a lot of court cards. The King and Queen of Wands. I love that. Again, these are energies, but I just see these as like the direction you're moving in, what you're moving towards. You know, I just feel like it's a great pairing for you. Creatively, it's a wonderful pairing for you. Two of Swords, Eight of Wands. Two of Wands, Two of Swords. So the Emperor here is number 4, and that's a very stable energy. I also get the, like, Aries, because we've got the horns here. We kind of have Mars, this chess piece. It's very strategic. It's very strategic. And the Star. So moving forward, even though you got the Fool cards here, and it's like you're taking a risk, you've been working on this manifestation, you know, you never lost hope. The Star is about hope, hanging on, hanging in there. You've been strategic about this, and moving forward, you will need to use that same energy. Again, you're moving from the Page to the Queen to the King. This is a wonderful fit creatively for you. You know, kind of becoming like a master at it. And I feel like over a very short period of time, Eight of Wands here is a very fast-moving energy. Things coming in fast. There will be decisions you need to make. And again, this could be from these people or person, these sources of wisdom in your life that will help with this transition. Death and rebirth, the Death card is about transition. You know, things changing. A transition. They can help with this, with these decisions, because it could be very overwhelming. And sometimes it is hard to block out. You know, we had the seven of Swords over here. We were talking about like how there's a lot of good talk about you, but sometimes on the internet, especially, the unfortunate minority is the loudest. And a very small group of people with a lot of malice inside them can unfortunately be very, very loud. And it can be hard to block them out. So that's where, you know, the support, the wisdom of the people who've come before you. Maybe someone you know who's dealt with this. You know, they've dealt with those kinds of people and they're like, hey, I know how to handle this. I can help you out. Okay. Alright, so let's look at the bottom of the deck. Just get some... knocking things over. Ooh! Six of Cups. I get the sense that this is something you've been manifesting since you were a kid. Or it's... either it's like a childhood dream, or it's a dream or a path you've been pursuing that's... I just get the sense of like this just innocence, this purity about it. It's not out of want of luxury. It's not out of want of like enterprise or anything. It's just a very lovely, very pure kind of wish and desire for what you want to pursue, which is lovely. Like, oh my goodness. Eight of Cups again. I get the sense that this is also going to be a journey of leaving something behind. Walking away from something, but into this light, into something brighter. And that can be mentally, you know, with how you see yourself with another person. how you walk forward on this path with another person. Like, there's could still be an aspect of leaving something behind. But pile 3, I feel like this is your read. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. Like, woof, you got a lot. There's a lot coming down on your plate, but you can handle it. You can handle it. I just love that you have the Emperor and the Star here. 2 very, very strong cards. A lot of really strong major arcana cards going on here. Big changes, 2 Fool cards, transition, death and rebirth. So this next chapter coming up for you is pretty big. Things are going to be moving. So I'm excited for you. It's not the easiest thing, but it's going to be amazing. I'm seeing this. This is difficult, but you are moving on to this amazing energy here. Wear that crown. Wear it proudly. Because that sunrise is yours. Okay, so thank you again for letting me read for you. Please like and subscribe. It's very helpful to the channel. If you like the cards or the images on it, if you're a fan of K-pop, you can check out my shop. I have a link in the description below. And I have other things there besides K-pop. I've got keychains and stickers, digital wallpapers, all kinds of things. So you can take a look at those. There's also just a gallery if you want to take a look-see. So any of the cards or tools here will also be linked, or at least listed. Not all of them have links, but they'll at least be listed so you know what was used. But yeah, I think that's all. That's all of our housekeeping. Yeah, so thank you again. Please take care of yourself, stay safe, and until we meet again, sending you lots of love.